Hi everyone, welcome back to RTS and welcome back to another fun series. Yes, I have been busting at the seams for this series, so I'm so excited. Now you can see in the title that it says SOS Series, and I'll talk about that just in a minute, but I want to thank my lovely subscriber Kathleen, who is the sponsor of this series. A couple months ago she had contacted me and she gifted me a cherry on top gift certificate, and a cherry on top, and I'll have the link below, is one of my top 3 favorite places to shop. Yes. Now, of course, yours truly is on a spending freeze for this year, so a cherry on top has not happened for me for several months. So I was ecstatic when Kathleen sent me this gift. And so I talked with her about what could we do, and she was basically just get something fun, get something for yourself. And so I wanted to create a series, and then it was so fun to sit down and go over the new collections so I could see what I wanted, and then also too for this series. Yes. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kathleen. Yes, I had so much fun sitting down one afternoon ordering these supplies. So thank you. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so what we came up with is that we are going to do a series, and it's called SOS. And of course, you know, SOS is the distress signal for help. Yes. Now, I will tell you, this is actually kind of fitting, but it was just a little fun play on that. But SOS stands for a sampling of supplies. So in a nutshell, we are sending out, or our wallets are sending out a distress signal that they need help because, you know, things add up in this hobby. Prices are going up, collections are going up, but yet manufacturers are rolling out collections left and right. We can't keep up. We want it all. We can't afford it all. And so that's exactly what SOS is. It's the distress signal of how can we get these new supplies on a budget. Now, in 2019, on my channel here, we have a series called Kit Crunch. And so where we take a few items and we build a whole kit and play with it for the month. That's exactly basically what this is that it is Kit Crunch superpowered because you can't just order a couple items at a time. And so the reason why buying our supplies is different now than what it used to be, okay? Because I'm a long-time scrapbooker, and so for a lot of us that know when CHA, and even before CHA, what happened is that manufacturers would come out with new collections once or twice a year. That was it. And so you had time over the year to, space out when you bought those collections, and you could afford what you wanted. They didn't come out with as many as they do now, okay? So you could afford these collections over a period of time, and you didn't break the bank, okay? But now with manufacturers rolling out product every week, and they're producing them much faster, you can't afford it all. And then the big problem is that once these items sell out, most stores do not restock. And that's the problem, okay? You can't space out these collections that you want over the year because they're not going to be there most of the time. Sometimes they are, but most of the time, companies don't restock things anymore. They just don't, because everything, people want to see the new stuff, and the new stuff happens every week. So that's why we have a series called Sampling of Supplies, how we can get these collections. I say that in air quote because I'll talk more about that, but then also to doing it on a budget. And in my case, I'm on a spending freeze, but it's just, if you're not on a spending freeze, it's just simply cutting back, and it's a way to get these collections, a lot of collections, and then also to using it with what you already own. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, in this series, we are going to be covering 11 manufacturers, 11 and 33 collections. Yes, 33 collections. So excited about that because I can absolutely show you, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to get 33 collections on a budget. Yes, sign me up. Yes. Now, this will probably get chatty. This will definitely all be about paper and supplies and kits and manufacturers. And if that's not your thing, please just skip and, watch something else, okay? But this is what a lot of us love paper. A lot of us want the new collections, but yet, how can we do that? Because at one time, you could just buy a collection pack, and you got border strips, you got border stickers, you got element stickers, you got alpha stickers, you got everything you needed and the papers in one collection pack, and it would be about 12, 13. Now it's went up to 14, 15, sometimes up to 17 now. And companies are getting a little smarter that they no longer put alphas in with their you know, sad to say, they don't put their alphas in anymore, okay? And then they have all these additions of ephemera and frames and tags and a layered chipboard and, you know, all this fun stuff, okay? And so, you know, if you want the fun stuff, you have to buy it. And then also, too, manufacturers have gotten a little smarter how they do the A sides and the B sides, because now you want both. Because, oh, that's the perfect blue. Oh, look, that's story base. Oh, there's floral. Oh, yes. So they've gotten a little smarter as to what they put on. The B sides are no longer just basic papers. No. So that $15 turns into $30, and then you want some supplies to go with it. Well, now that turned into $40, sometimes $50, and let's get up to $60 and $70. And yes, and if you bought an entire collection, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that is why we need something like this. And I've been a long time scrapbooker, and so I've had to pare down because I really don't have the room for all the stuff that I want, nor do I need to be buying a ton of everything because I already have a nice collection of supplies. Now, that's what I want to say right now. I have talked about a spending freeze. I've talked about Kit Crunch. All of that is in, you know, in my channel on a playlist called Reduce the Spending. So please, I will have the link below for that. But with that being said, if you're not someone that needs to cut back and you're building your supply, because that's exactly what I did at one time. I was building my inventory. I was building my stash, okay? And so I did not have to worry about what I was spending, how much I was buying it, and when I was buying it, okay? I just was building up my inventory because I knew at one day, you know, retirement would be hitting and then college expenses would be hitting. And so I was building up to that. And so if you're not in that season right now that you need to be cutting back and you want to buy every collection you see, I say do it. Yes, if you're paying your bills, it doesn't matter how many collections you're buying, because at one time I did the same thing. I bought what I wanted because I knew I wanted it and I knew I wanted to have it. And again, with stores not restocking things, you know, you run into that, okay? Now, we don't have to have a mad dash on supplies. I don't think they're going to stop, you know, manufacturing paper anytime soon, but you know what I'm saying, okay? So with that, you don't have to use this concept, but if you're interested in cutting back and how can you get a collection, the feel of a collection, and without breaking the bank, but yet at the same time you're pairing it with what you already own, this is the series you may want to watch, okay? This is not for everybody, I know that, because not everybody loves papers like some of us. Some of us are the tool and gadget gals. Some of us, it's the paper. Some of it's making embellishments. So for this series, it's basically paper. Yes, paper and collections, and what can we add to it to get the feel of a collection. Okay, so up for today, we're going to simply talk about Echo Park. Yes, Echo Park ruled out with a lot of stuff, and so I will come back and we're going to start talking about Echo Park. But again, in this series, we are going to be talking about 11 manufacturers, 33 collections, and at the end of the video, each video, I will tell you how many collections I got, how much I spent, and how much I saved. Yeah, talk about an eye-opener. Yeah, bring the toothpicks because it's an eye-opener. Seriously. Okay, so come back in just a minute and we will be talking about the lovely Echo Park. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the first manufacturer we're going to talk about in our SOS series, Sampling of Supplies, is the lovely Echo Park. We love Echo Park. And of course, if you don't know this, Cartabella and Echo Park is sister companies. They're under the same umbrella. And so they had so many collections coming out. I think I saw more collections from Echo Park than I did any other company. I'm thinking. I could be wrong on that, but they had a lot of releases. And you know what I find amazing is that I just got this 2 days ago, okay? And I'm filming it in the same week. And so the Creativation releases are just hitting the shelves this week, and this week they also are showing images of what is coming up in the next couple months. So it's like always an influx. It's that wave in and out of supplies. So it's impossible to get every collection you want in a collection form. So this is why we're going to show a sampling of supplies. That the SOS Signal. Yes, we're sending it out. Okay, so the first collection I want to talk about is Echo Park Baby. Okay, and this is the boy, and it's a beautiful collection. Everything I show by Echo Park is beautiful. I don't have to say that. It's just a beautiful, everything they do is beautiful. And one thing about Echo Park is they have not changed the paperweight from the day they started. Love that. Okay, love that, love that. Okay, so when you're looking at a collection, And I was going to show images, but it would take too long. No one wants a video to be an hour all the time. So when you're looking at a collection, look at the collection as a whole. What is it? This is a baby boy collection. So then look for the image that has most of the colors represented and icons at the same time. So this has definitely all the colors. This has the theme. And then also this has something you could use for images, for icons, or I'm sorry, for embellishments if you want to. So this piece of paper has a little bit of everything going on, and so I would say this is a signature piece from the Hello Baby, the boy line. Of course, look at the B side. I mean, hello, come on. You know, this paper sold out fast. This single sheet here sold out fast in a lot of stores because it's just a really good A and a B, okay? But then this is one of the type of papers you want this, and then you want this, so you buy two. That's how they get you. But it's just smart marketing. That's all it is. Okay, so definitely when you're buying a piece of paper like this, tell yourself right off the bat, okay, I have two pieces of paper of this collection right off the bat, meaning you have this and you have this. You can always cut it in half. It's 6 by 12, so you have two pieces of paper. Now, if you're a two-page gal, you say, well, I need two of everything. We used to think that, but you really don't. You do not have to have a piece of this on the left and a piece of this on the right. You just don't have to, okay? And that's just something you have to change your mindset about, because I really, when I used to buy pieces of paper, I would want one for the left, one for the right on a 2-page, and then I would want an extra. So I used to buy 3, sometimes 4 of the same piece of paper. I had to stop that very quick. So back to Hello Baby. When we talk about these collections, we're going to talk about the signature piece. In this collection, I think this is the one. It's beautiful. It's got everything you need. So then what do? Well, then you just go to your stash, your collection, your inventory of items, and you add things that are represented in the collection. And if you have to, you pull up the images from the Echo Park website, go to this collection, Hello Baby, the boy, and see what they did, okay? So you can see, what do you have? You have the turquoise, the yellow, the wood grain, and the navy, and that is exactly what I picked, okay? So those are the papers, and I won't go over everything in detail because this is just a sampling. You don't have to replicate it or anything like this. So I added additional 6 pieces of paper, okay, to this one, okay? Now I have this collection, okay? Now when I say collection in air quote, meaning I have the mood and feel of this collection right here just by buying this one piece of paper, adding in what I already owned, okay? These were just in my color section, okay? Except my wood grain, okay? So of course, you know, this had the wood grain on the back, so then I made sure I pulled a wood grain, a light wood grain that would go for baby pages, okay? So that is how you do it. You don't have to add 12 pages. You don't have to add, how many did I put? 6? You don't even have to do 6. You could just add these 3 right here and you're good to go. Or you could simply just add these 3 and you're good to go, okay? I just want to show a little bit of a sampling, because if this is what I was going to do, this is what I would do, okay? I'd want each one of these colors represented, because then you get to play, because you could do something like this and do a boy page and it doesn't have to be a baby page. You know, you can make it stretch. So then what do you do for embellishments? And when I say a sampling, I mean a sampling, meaning you just get a couple pieces of embellishments in the colors, okay? And you don't spend a lot of time, or you can spend a lot of time creating your own collections. And so what do they call that? Curating? Yes, so that's what you're doing. You are curating your own collection by just using this one piece of Echo Park Hello Baby. That's all you knew. That's all you need to do, is to buy one piece of paper, and I say this for this Hello Baby boy. This is the piece of paper, and you can see that's what I bought, okay? And so then I won't go over all of this, but you can see I have Lump and Bump, I have Enamel Dots, I have Project Life cards. This is We Are Memory Keepers. And then I absolutely pulled in some icons. I got some crocheted hearts, buttons, stars, all of that, okay? I'm just going to dump it all in there. Yeah, okay? So that's what I have. I just have a sampling, okay? Now, if you would have bought this whole collection, well, you would have had $15 in a collection pack, which now just comes with papers and stickers, okay? Which I have some stickers here. And then if you bought an ephemera pack, that's probably $5 or $6 now. So basically, I spent $99. Now I have the whole collection, okay? That is a sampling of supplies. And so you see with the orange, there's only 6 pieces. The yellow, there's only 6 pieces. The turquoise, there's only 6 pieces. You could only just pick a couple, okay? You could just pick something, and I do say pick a variety, okay? And look at that. You could pick those 4 or 5 pieces just like that. You wouldn't even have to pick all these other ones, okay? If you're someone that you just like flat embellishments, just pick flat. If you like it all, lump and bump, you see what I have. I have a little bit of everything, okay? Now, how do I pull these supplies so quickly? Because I use something just like this. I have embellishment drawers, okay? This is the flat, and then I also have the lump and bump, okay? That's in the orange. And I'll have a video listed below if you want to see how I have a lot of my embellishments, okay? Because I like to do fast pages, and this is how, honestly, in under 5 minutes, I made this collection. I mean, that's quick. Absolutely, okay? So I wanted to show Hello Baby Boy. That's the piece of paper I would pick. Okay, so now let me pick all of these back up, because if I had the Hello Baby Boy, you know I had to pick out the Hello Baby Girl. So I will show you the paper for this collection if you want the mood and feel. You know I say that all the time. And this here, tell me that's not the mood, that's not that collection. And all I did is I only spent for this one piece of paper, okay? Because you can just go to your rainbow colors and pick those colors, okay? Just pick a variety, okay? Use this as your guide. You see all the colors. You don't have to pick them all. You can just pick a couple, okay? But have a variety of embellishments, a variety in scale. Okay, you see that if I would have picked all dots, okay, you see that yellow? If I would have picked all dots, that would have been boring. If I would have picked all chevron, that would have been boring. I have a little bit of everything. My dots is big, my graph is small. This is even bigger. Yes, very, very fun. Okay, so now where am I going to put this? I don't know. Where am I going to put this? I might have to put it on the floor. Okay, so that's Hello Baby Boy. Very, very pretty. Okay, and again, Kathleen, I can't thank you enough for doing this series, for sponsoring this series. I had so much fun. Okay, now let's pick out Hello Baby Girl, okay? So let me move my embellishments here for a minute. Okay, so what did I pick for Hello Baby Girl? Of course, it's the same piece of icon paper. It has all the colors represented, okay? It has the theme represented of Baby Girl, and then also too, you could even use a circle punch or a scallop punch if you wanted to make your own embellishments. There's a little bit of everything. And what is the B side is a pink stripe. Very, very pretty. Okay, but you can, most of us already have a pink stripe, so don't waste this. Okay, so what did I add to it? Oh, I added some Bo Bunny to it. Okay, this is Early Bird. I have some My Mind's Eye from Cut and Paste. I mean, look at that. Yes, and then of course I have some Pebbles Lullaby. Okay, and those are just Baby Girl. Now, speaking of baby, we just finished a 4for4 series here. It is nothing but baby pages, baby talk, baby photos, baby lullabies, everything. So I will have that link below because we just finished up with that 4for4. Very, very productive series. Absolutely. Okay. And then don't forget to check out Deborah's Facebook group. She's got a little bit of everything about RTS on her Facebook group. Okay. So then again, it's the same thing as Hello Baby Boy, but now we work with more of the girly colors. So you see I have flowers and doilies. I'm just going to dump all this out. Okay. Now I have white here because I want to tell you something. Okay, and then I just added frames and brads. Okay, now I have 8 collections to look at. No, 9. Okay, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on embellishments, but I will have listed below a playlist that has nothing but about building page kits. So I go into more detail about embellishments. Okay, so definitely check that out. Okay, and then we got rhinestones. Okay, and so a kitty cat, pearls, die cuts. Okay, and so that is how you can talk about. If you want to see more talk about embellishments, there's a lot more talk in those videos. Okay, so the brads. Okay. So if you are working on building a collection like this and there's a color you don't have, don't forget there's 2 things you can always reach for. You can always go and reach for white, okay? And of course, you know, I have a bin just for white, okay? And then if you, because white sometimes is a color we forget to add, but it will go with most everything, or ivory, either one. And then if you don't have that, you can still always do something else, and that is reach for metallics, okay? So say if you, I don't really have a lot of this yellow, I don't have a lot of this pink, I don't have a lot of this turquoise, that's okay. Always go for white or ivory, and then look at your metallics for adding in another color. Okay, you can add in metallics for everything, okay? So that is the collection, Hello Baby and the Girl, okay? And again, I have the whole mood and feel, okay, of this collection, and I only had to buy 1 piece of paper. That is how you cut back the spending, but yet you still have new fun things to play with, because these papers were Bo Bunny. This is Pebbles. This is My Mind's Eye, okay? So none of those were together in my room, and these supplies weren't together in my room, okay? Now, how do you get, I'm just going to talk about this real quick. In this series, you're not going to see me pull out tools, stamps, and dies and all that, because this is a sampling. So you can always pull out that stuff as you're creating the page, but when you're making this sampling of supplies, these collections, you don't want to get into all of that. These aren't like mega kits. These aren't, you know, this is just a sampling, okay? For even this, that might be a little too much for some people. That's okay. I just want to show examples, okay? So that is that. Okay, now let's go to the next one, because you know, with a Creativation, I guess I wanted to keep that on there, that, you know, summer lines are going to be appearing, okay? Okay, so let me put this here. So, Echo Park had a line called I Love Summer. So let's talk about that, okay? Because some of us already have a lot of summer lines, but sometimes summer lines can get old real quick. Okay, so let's talk about that. So for this collection right here, I Love Summer, I bought 2 of this collection, so you'll see a piece of this come appear again. Okay, but I love this floral. I can't pass up floral. Now that is one thing when you're looking, let me get these off of here. That is one thing when you're looking for, if you're looking at a collection, and if your eyes immediately are drawn to one piece of paper, that's probably your style. It's probably, since it caught your eye, it's just probably your favorite. So for me, in this I Love Summer, there was a theme summer paper that caught my eye, and then this floral, okay? And I just thought this floral was very bright and cheery. Of course, it was winter when I ordered this. So I ordered 2 pieces of paper from that. So that's how I got the 9, but it's really a collection. So I Love Summer. So then I wanted to build this. Even though this is a summer line, I'm making it more floral, light and airy. So again, right here it has all the colors, and of course it's floral. That's my style. But now if geometrics is your style, go for that as your signature piece. And then what did I do? I simply just looked at the colors. There's my yellow. I added a wood grain, floral and wood grain. That's my style. So definitely stick with your strengths. Whatever you love the most, stick with that, okay? Don't buy floral paper if you're a geometric girl, okay? And if you're a watercolor girl, don't buy light and airy dainty papers, okay? So keep that in your mind. And then of course I picked a blue, okay? And then I picked this pink stripe, which absolutely looked like the B-side of that paper I just showed by Echo Park, okay? So those are my papers I picked. Very, very simple, but I can do a variety. This isn't just summer. I can use this all year long for whatever I want to. So again, you saw the embellishments there. I just went with the wood grain, anything that was warm and cozy, and then of course adding enamel dots. Finishing touches, I just add a few bits and bobs here and there, okay? Die cuts, flowers, you know, brads, photo corners, even leftover pieces from other pages. If they match, they're going in. I do not discriminate when it comes to scrapbooking. No, okay, there's frames, doilies, you get the idea, okay? And there's an old Making Memories metal piece, photo corners, tags, again, another leftover, okay? Just little bits and bobs, okay? So, again, I took one piece of paper. I have a sampling of this I Love Summer. I absolutely, I'm just going to be honest, I love this more than what Echo Park had in their own collection. And why is that? Because I customized this to my style. And so that's why I would like it a little bit more. And plus, what did this cost me? One piece of paper. Now that simply rocks. Yes, okay, so we're going to talk about one more, and then we're going to take a break, okay? Because I hope this isn't too much talking, because I know I like this kind of stuff, but not everybody does, okay? So let's move this one, and the next one is another summer line by Echo Park, and it was called Best Summer Ever. And I will tell you that this line, this piece of paper was not labeled correctly on Echo Park, okay, because I don't think I would have bought it, okay, because on a cherry on top, this was marketed as Cartabella, okay, so I was hoping that this beautiful floral with the strawberries was Cartabella paper, but when it came, it was actually Echo Park. So on a cherry on top, I've tried to email them every so often. When they make a mistake, they will list something as Cartabella, but it's really Echo Park, so definitely pay attention to the details. Don't always go by what their description is. I've noticed in the last year they have a little bit more mistakes than they used to. That's just my opinion, okay? So I probably would not have ordered this if this was not if I knew this would have been Echo Park, I wouldn't have did it. It's still a pretty piece of paper, but I was hoping this floral would have been Carta Bella weight. Okay, there's a difference with Carta Bella versus Echo Park. Okay, Carta Bella is the premier textured paper. Okay, so again, best summer ever. I took this as a very tropical summer feel. That's what it is. Best summer ever. The B-side is again another pink stripe. We all have that. Okay, so what did I do? I looked at these colors and I just expanded it. Okay, there's that periwinkle purple blue. There's that green. I mean, isn't that beautiful? Okay, and then another jelly bean soup, and then we have Bow Bunny, and then this was, I think, just from a paper pad. So I have 6 different manufacturers, but I started with Echo Park paper. Isn't that very fun? Okay, so then I just pulled the colors, added to this. This has a very tropical summer feel, and then again, you can see right there are my embellishments. Okay, now I wanted to show that when you do put in a sampling of supplies, who says it has to be all these little bits and bobs? Who says it has to be twine and braids? You can simply just put in a couple sticker sheets, okay, or you can do both. Okay, and you're going to see some other different things when I do a sampling of supplies. It doesn't have to be the pooling of all this little stuff. Okay, this is just something I do because this gives me a variety. Okay, with flat stickers, I like that. You can always take stickers and put on foam tape, and that's your chipboard. I no longer buy chipboard, really, because you can just take a sticker and put it on foam and get that dimension of your chipboard. So I wanted to show that you can do both. There are stickers, and then there is definitely every color represented in this Echo Park paper. I have that periwinkle blue. I have twine doilies. Well, you can see all that stuff. Even leftover Maggie Holmes. I even made those flags one time, Maggie Holmes, okay? Just leftover, okay? Leftovers, okay? From other pages. Very, very fun. Okay, so what we're going to do is that was 4 collections by Echo Park. So we're going to come back and we're going to talk about another 4 or 5 collections, okay? And showing what else you can do, and then how much did I spend on these 9 collections. Interesting. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we are still talking about Echo Park and the latest releases that just hit the shelves this week from Creativation. And so this is, again, another piece of paper from that line, I Love Summer. That is the B-side to that. And that went with that floral paper. That was a couple collections before that. Okay, so I wanted this because this is definitely a theme paper. I absolutely love this because this definitely, you know, I'm going to say this would be great for a story base, but I saw this as the start of an entire collection or a mega kit. I mean, this piece of paper has it all going on because it has summer, it's got boating, it's got fruit, it's got tropics, it's got all these colors, okay? You could do so much. This is just a fun piece of paper. So what do you do? Now this is going to be bigger than my other samplings, okay? Because I know this is basically a summer kit. I'm anxious to play with this. And so what I did was look at all these papers I added to it, okay? Now I wanted to show something. Since this is a summer line, one thing you could absolutely do, and it is exactly what I did, I have some older Echo Park summer lines that they're kind of they feel a little dated and tired to me, but when I combine them with something new, okay, these were from 2011, okay, so that's 8 years ago. These are a little tired to me, okay? That is the A sides basically, but look at the B sides. And then you pair it with something that just hit the shelves this week. Tell me that that's not fun. Absolutely. So sometimes taking an old supply, pairing it with the new one, just makes it feel fresh and fun. We all know that. So this is the time. So if you're buying summer, go ahead and look at some of the older summer papers you have, and you may be able to revive them just by pairing them with some new. And that's exactly what I did. So then, of course, with that, I just picked out some colors and the feel of this summer line. You see I got palm trees and I got kiwi. Now I never knew where in the world I was going to use this piece of paper, okay? I really don't care for that. But when I saw this, pair it with the summer, yes, sign me up. Isn't that fun, okay? Then, of course, I got some cherries in there. I got some of this. Now, see, this is kind of like a dated piece of paper to me by Bella Boulevard. But put it with that. Talk about a marriage made in summer. Right there it is. I mean, very, very fun. And then, of course, just some tonal and tones. Adding this cherry. Oh, love it. Yes, because this piece of paper, if you notice, look what it has. It has light pink, it has hot pink, it has yellow, it has turquoise, it has blue, it has red, and then of course you have white. Okay, so then what I wanted to show, now this has got a little bit bigger because I just had fun with this. I'm just absolutely in love with this. I mean, look at this even more. Stars. It's just a beautiful piece of paper. Okay, so this whole collection, okay, and this is more than basically a collection, okay? This would have cost me, if I had a sticker sheet, it would have cost me about $15 or $16. I only paid, got one piece of paper, and I got all of this from what I already have in my stash. Very, very fun. Now, to make it easy on yourself, you don't have to do all those bits and bobs, okay? Remember I said you can simply just pick some sticker sheets, and these are my Webster's pages, and they're summer, okay? You're good to go. Or what you can do is you can absolutely put in sticker sets. Okay, there's a thicker set, okay, which the colors just, I love this. Don't grow up, it's a trap. My little one would say that about right now. And then that goes so well. Tell me that those colors don't go so well with that Echo Park paper. Okay, I think I got that at Tuesday Morning a couple years ago. And then these all came from Tuesday Morning, really. And so then you could just add in packs of stickers. Now, in my space, I have bits and bobs in those little drawers. I have some stickers I keep together in embellishment packs like this. And then I just do that because when I'm building kits, sometimes I want a little bit of this, sometimes I want a little bit of that. And then also, too, if you have a product you're trying to focus on and use this year, for me it's journaling cards, why not just put a whole pack in there? This is from Fancy Pants, and I'm telling you what, the quality of these are just tremendous, okay? And so I just thought the colors went very well. It is a summer line, okay? Keep calm and go to the beach. Okay, well, where would that one be? If we can find it. Think happy. Oh, summer loving, taking the scenic route. Look at that, okay? I'm sure some of you have this because I know some of you got that at Tuesday Morning. I mean, very, very fun. These are just absolutely nice weight. So with that, you don't have to do the bits and bobs. You don't have to do the little things. You can just stick in a couple embellishment packs with your sampling of supplies and you have something to go right off the bat, okay? You don't have to put a lot of thought into it. Just go around your space, see what you have. I mean, if it feels like summer, throw it in there. Yes, okay? I wanted to show that. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. Okay, the next one, oh, okay, now we're going to get into some fun, okay? So if you want to think about Disney, Echo Park has got some collections for you in this latest creativation, okay? So I was just talking to Madison the other day, and I told him, I said, oh, by the way, I noticed your nod to Disney with these collections. Okay, so the first one we have up is Mermaid Dreams. Okay, now Mermaid is a craze right now, but when I see Mermaid, I think of Disney, okay, because my little one's not so little, and if it's anything Mermaid, I'm going to see it at Disney, okay? So with this Mermaid Dreams, again, look at this iconic piece. Again, this would be a fabulous story-based page, especially if you met Ariel and you didn't have a photo, or if you had a small photo, put it there and just let all of that do the work for you. Is that not beautiful? And of course, look at the B-side. Oh, yes. Thank you, Echo Park. Now, if I wasn't on a spending freeze, I would buy 6 of these and just put them in my stash because purple is so hard to come by. You know what I'm talking about, okay? But I'm on a spending freeze, so that's not going to happen. Okay, and this is a beautiful piece of paper, okay? So if you like Disney and you have a little one that likes Little Mermaid, this is something that should make your wish list. Absolutely. I'm just going to say that, okay? So with Mermaid Dreams, I did the same thing. I just took the colors and the mood and feel from this one piece of paper, and I built from it. Okay, so of course I got this My Mind's Eye on Trend. This is by Jen Allison, and by the way, she's now designing for Echo Park and Carterbella, which is fun. Okay, and I can also use the backside for that. I think that's exactly why I pulled it. And then of course that kind of like a golden yellow, and then another piece of purple, and then there's some simple stories and another piece of purple, because you know I'm adding the purple. So that is my colors that I pulled for this kit. Okay, and then of course you see this this resemblance of a little bit of gold. So don't forget, you could always add that metallic. That's why I added this My Mind's Eye paper here. Okay, so again, those are the papers I added to go with Mermaid Dreams. And then something else you can do, you can absolutely add in chipboard or some enamel shapes and a sticker sheet. There's your sampling. You're done with your kit. And what did that cost me? It cost me 99 cents because all this other stuff was all what I already had. Okay, so I want to show you that. Okay, you don't have to do all those little things. Okay, that's Mermaid Dreams. Okay, so the next one are basically, they might be considered boy lines. They're definitely got the boy feel, but I say they got the Disney feel. Okay, okay? So Mermaid Dreams. Okay, and if you have this Cocoa Vanilla by Bohemian Dreams, tell me that that word happy isn't exactly with that right there. Yes. So thank you, Kate and Jess from the Scrappy Sisters. They sent that to me all the way from the lovely Australia. Yes, absolutely. So glad to be cracking that open. Okay, so now let's talk about... Oh, I just love these lines. Okay, we're going to talk about Ahoy Matey. We're going to get into Pirate's Tale. This is why I'm saying they had a nod to Disney. Yes, okay, so, of course, you know, I like anything nautical. Okay, let me just get my pile here. Sorry. Okay, try not to make anything fall over. Okay, so... For this one, I did not start with a piece of paper. I started with a sticker sheet, okay? And why is that? Because if I was to buy a collection from Echo Park, there would have been two I would have bought, okay? And that would have been Pirate's Tales and the next, another one I'm going to be showing coming up. And so when you look at a collection and one piece of paper, like, you know, I showed with Mermaid Dreams, one piece of paper is just not going to cut it. It just isn't sometimes. So when it came to Pirate's Tale, I kept looking at this collection. I'm like, what piece of paper would give me the whole feel of this collection? And there really wasn't one. I wanted too many, okay? Now remember, I was on a budget, okay? So I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the sticker sheet. So this was $2.99. And so then this gave me the entire mood and feel of this collection. Of course, you had stickers. I can put foam tape. Then I got the dimension of chipboard. So that's 2 for 1. And then I have the colors. And then I have the theme. So then all I simply have to do is add the color to it, okay? So that's all I did. So if you'll notice, I took the Q and I added this, basically this sky blue and the red, the navy, the black, that golden yellow, okay? And of course, anything nautical, Cartabella. Oh, I just love the feel of Cartabella paper. Yes, okay? And what else do I have here? Okay, and there are just some, just papers that go with this X marks a spot. Anything with pirates and X's, you know you're going to be doing good. Okay, and what else do I have here? Some more anchors. Okay, that was just a piece of paper that was floating around. You stuck it in their stripes. I mean, look at that. That's probably got a glare, but tell me that's not fine. That would be fun for a story base, okay? And then, of course, the sticker sheet that goes with this, okay? I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like this had rubbed, so I just stuck it in there because it's got that neutral. But tell me that that is not perfect. And all I did was start with this sticker sheet. Now, this is $2.99, but that's a lot cheaper than $14.99 or $15.99, okay? That's how you can say, well, is that worth it, okay? Because in this Pirate's Tale, the papers were so nice. Okay, but I couldn't find that one piece of paper as an inspiration. I wanted them all, really, to be honest, okay? So I went with the sticker sheet, and this is a good option because basically we all have these colors, okay? The navy and the black and the red and the sky blue, okay? Even this darker yellow. We basically all have that in our stash, so that's what I did. That's how I made this collection. Very, very fun, okay? And so then what did I add with this? Something very, very simple is that I added a pack of stickers that came from the Dollar Tree. I got these a few years ago, but this is exactly what I'm putting with this because it might be a miniature golf at Captain Hook's in Myrtle Beach, or maybe something to do with the Pirates of the Caribbean at Disney. I don't care. I just love this. I love this line. Okay, and that's why I said it's a nod to Disney. With Mermaid Dreams, Pirate's Tales, and the next two coming up, they really had a nod to Disney in their releases for Creativation. So this I love, okay? Now, I have a lot of nautical papers, so when I was looking at this collection, I'm like, don't buy anything nautical, you have that. Don't buy anything in the blue and the red because you can always add these red and the blue and this green, okay? You can always add those colors. So that's why I went with the sticker sheet. Very, very fun. And then, of course, from the Dollar Tree, how can you beat that? Now, this may be a little bit more brighter than this, but believe me, it'll all pair very well. Very, very fun. Echo Park did they did a good job with this line. Pirate's Tale. Yes, okay. Now, let's go to the next one. This is another one I think is really, I'm not going to say it's a nod to Disney, but that's what I think when I looked at it. Okay. But it's really anything if you want to go to the zoo, that type of thing. Okay, and so what is it? It is from Animal Safari. Oh my goodness. If you've ever went to Animal Kingdom, you have a use for this piece of paper. I'm just telling you, it's beautiful. So let's talk about this piece of paper because I only got one. It's Animal Safari. Okay, and so of course there's the B side. It's got those animal tracks type of thing. Okay, so this is a type of paper that, again, you could use a story base, no photo needed. This is a type of paper that you could cut it in half, 6 by 12. You have 2 pieces of paper represented from that collection. And then also, too, you could fussy cut and you would have this as embellishments. This really is a nice piece of paper. And then you can see that all the colors are represented in this piece of paper. So that's all I simply did, okay, was I looked at these papers, okay, and I mean, just, okay. And then you see I have a black wood grain. Okay, now this is Animal Safari, and I want to show you where my black wood grain is from. It is from a Halloween line. Okay, I love black wood grain. If you like black wood grain, you have to almost look at the B-sides of your Halloween papers for that. So then there is the jungle leaves and that difference in green. There's more of that turquoise. Okay, it looks like animal tracks. And then, of course, what is that? Leopard? Cheetah? I'm not sure. It's just fun. Okay, and then more of those leaves. That plaid really has all those colors. This came from like a Pebbles front porch line. Look at that. Oh, and that pink will go good too because those birdies, some of those birds have pink. Then this red wood grain. Okay, and I will tell you, when you're putting things together like this, you'll see where the gaps are in your inventory. And for me, my gap is I don't have a lot of red paper anymore. So I'm going to have to make a note of that next year when I look at things. And so this Animal Safari really makes for a nice starter piece. Okay, so this definitely to me is the mood and feel of this collection, with me just adding in papers from a variety of manufacturers. Okay, so what did I do? I simply added these embellishments, again, just going by the colors. Okay, now I had to show something. And it will be coming up. I have found a die cut and I was like, oh my goodness, you would think it was made for this collection. But anyways, you see I just went purely by color. Okay, with the colors represented, I just simply pulled a sampling of each one of these colors. I only have like maybe a few pieces of black, a few pieces of the turquoise, a few pieces of the red and the green and things like that. So that is how I did that. Very, very fun. Okay, so now let's talk about the next one, because this was the one I would buy. I would buy in a heartbeat if I wasn't on a spending freeze. Yes, I would. Okay, and what is it? It's the Lost in Neverland. Okay, beautiful, beautiful collection. Yes, beautiful. Okay, now let me move things here for a minute. I'm getting too many I'm getting too many bits and bobs from these collections. Okay, so here is the collection. Okay, and so Lost in Neverland. So I sat and I looked at this, and if I wasn't on a spending freeze, I would have bought this whole entire kit by Echo Park. Wouldn't have thought, I don't mean the entire collection. I don't mean the dies and the stamps. And I meant just a collection pack, because money can rack up very, very quickly when you're looking at the other supplies. Okay, so for me, I would have just bought the collection pack, and oh yeah, I'd been happy with it. Okay, so what I decided is I looked at the piece of papers. These are so specialized. I mean, this is such a great, I mean, we've read these books to our kids when they were little. When you go to Disney, of course, you know, you have to go to the Peter Pan flight. I mean, was it Peter Pan's flight? I mean, my little one and I have so many memories on that ride. Okay, and then the book, and and the movies. So what I decided was, I had to, be on a budget. So there was 4 pieces of paper that I just had to have, and I bought 4 pieces of paper, okay? Which is more expensive than one, but when you can use, when it's a lot cheaper than $14 or $15, okay? So what I did was I bought the ones that I know I could use as story base, or I could do a little bit of fussy cutting for embellishments, okay? And of course, there's the B-side. And then this is also for titles, okay? And then I don't have anything with Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, so I needed something that would show this. This is a beautiful piece of paper. Even if you don't like this collection, this would be good to have in your stash, okay? And there's the B-side, but I bought it for these sides. And then this right here, this, I mean, come fly with me. I just had to get it. I just had to get it. So this is why I say Echo Park really had a nod to Disney in their creativation releases, because those last four, Mermaid Dreams, Pirate's Tale, Animal Safari, and Lost in Neverland, you really could use them for a lot of Disney, because you know we get tired of the black, the yellow, and the red for Disney. Okay, I do anyways. So I love this collection. I would have bought this collection pack as quick as I can blink, but I ended up with these 4 pieces of paper because you could absolutely use this sheet for Pirates of the Caribbean, or if your boy or your nephew or your grandson had a pirates party, I mean, this is too perfect. And then of course, you know, when we're in Myrtle Beach, we visit a miniature golf called Captain Hook's. I mean, again, I just love this collection. So again, what did I do? I used this piece of paper here as my starter piece, and then I had those 3 other that actually went with the Lost in Neverland collection, and then I just simply added colors to it. I added that red, and of course the alligator green, you had to, and then some blues. And notice that my blues and greens don't match. I don't worry about that anymore, because you're not going to use them on the same page. And then again, another piece of My Mind's Eye paper to give me that feel of that dull gold, you know, because it's a treasure on a treasure hunt. And then the Simple Stories map paper, and then a wood grain, and then we got some tracks. Yeah, look at that. Just look at that. Love it, love it, love it. Then of course for the embellishments, I just went by the colors again. Look at all these embellishments, okay? Now this is the one I was so excited to find. And what does it say? I treasure you. I think that was a Maggie Holmes. Yes, I'm taking a Maggie Holmes piece of ephemera and pairing it with Lost in Neverland from Echo Park. Now, and those are by Fancy Pants. And so you can see I just have anchors, and of course, you know, with Captain Hook and the mustache, break out those mustaches, and the black and the navy and the red and the gold, and that's just what I did. Just paired it with that, okay? So when it comes to looking at Echo Park and the collections they have coming out, definitely look at what catches your eye first, okay? For me, it's basically these type of papers, because that is the mood and feel of this collection. And so then if you just buy one piece of paper, say, I can add green, I can add blue, I can add red, I have some gold, I have some metallic pieces that I can add to that collection. So maybe it would help you cut back and not have to buy every pack of ephemera, every frames, every tags, all the dies and the stamps. You might not need everything. No, absolutely, okay? Okay, so yes, Echo Park, Lost in Neverland, you did it. You did well done. Absolutely. Blue ribbon. Yes, with that collection. Okay, so let's talk about a couple other things while we look at this here for a little bit. Is that you'll notice that I did not add in any plain cardstock. So as you're building something like this, that is always an option for you. My cardstock is very in arm's reach, so I don't really add cardstock too much unless I know I'm taking it somewhere, but you could always add in your own cardstock. And sometimes I will do that, sometimes I don't, because sometimes I try to get out of my comfort zone and use a pattern paper for cardstock, but that's always something you can add. And you notice I didn't add a lot of washi, but you can always add washi in too, maybe just 1 roll per collection, because there's a lot you can do with washi. I love playing with washi. You can use it for a lot of things, not just a strip of washi. Okay, you can actually make embellishments with that. Okay, and so then the other thing I wanted to say is, how much did this all cost, and how am I going to bag these up? Because I have 9 collections. That is new to my space. Yes, thank you, Kathleen. Okay, so what I did was I bought 11 pieces of paper and 1 sticker sheet. Okay, so how much did those 12 items cost me? They cost me $13.88. And so I had 8 Echo Park lines, but I end up with 9 collections, because that I Love Summer, I used it twice, okay? And so then I spent $13.88. But now if I would have bought 9 collection packs, meaning those $14.99 collection packs, if I would have bought them, okay, which I probably would have bought some of those right off the bat, if I would have bought 9 of them, because this is what I ended up with, it would have cost me $134.91. Ooh, I know it adds up. So how much did I save by doing an SOS type of concept with these collections? I saved $121.03. Yes, I got 9 collections for $13.88, which is honestly, that is, the cost is less than 1 collection pack. I mean, I got 9. I got 9 for less than what if I would have bought just 1. I mean, that is an eye-opener. Yes. Okay. So even though we love Echo Park, I can't afford every collection. No. So what I do is I find that one piece that is the signature piece, the one I can use as an inspiration piece and build from it. Okay. And in some cases, it may be a sticker sheet. In some cases, it may be more than one. Okay. This border sheet. Oh, this is really, really nice. You can do a lot with this, but it wasn't enough, okay? It just wasn't enough, okay? So, and then, of course, I couldn't pass up that, this star paper. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at that. You don't even need that for Lost in Neverland. That is just an amazing piece of paper. And of course, if you like Disney, there are stars. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, isn't this just a nice collection? Yes, okay. So what I'm saying is maybe you don't need the whole collection pack, okay? Maybe you don't even need to buy 6. Maybe you can just get away with buying a collection of one piece of paper and then building with what you already have. Okay, now how will I store this? Okay, now this type of thing will go in a bag. Okay, it will go in one of these 5x7 bags. I will just call it good, and then it will just stay with the paper. And then, of course, I know this is all Echo Park, so all of these 9 Echo Park collections will then be stored in this storage bag. Okay, and I get these from the Dollar Tree. Okay, and I get the large size, and these are 15 by 15. I'm pretty sure. Yes, 15 by 15. That is what it looks like. You will not find these in the aisle with the other Ziploc bags and Saran wrap and things like that. You'll find this in the laundry aisle, where they have clothespins and storage totes and hangers. Okay, that's where the stores I visit. On the East Coast, that's where I find them. Okay, and so if you find one, definitely buy more than one box. Okay, you get 3 in there, heavy duty. Okay, and they got a handle. Love them. So that is where these 9 collections will be stored. Okay, all the embellishments will be bagged together. I could even take one of my slick writers and put in here Lost in Neverland, but I pretty much know what embellishment pack it goes with what. But for easy reference, I definitely could just put the name of the collection, because that is what I put them together for. Okay, so I hope that was informative. I hope that gave you a little bit of a glimpse how you can get some new collections on a budget. Yes, you don't have to go for a spending freeze and not buy anything. Who's to say you can't buy one piece of paper and build a whole kit from it? You see, I just did that times 9. Yes, absolutely. You just need one piece of paper. And then, if you see a couple, but don't get into that habit. You're buying 4 here, 5 here. It adds up. So try to do that one piece of paper. But I would say of all the collections that has been released in Creativation, there was a Cartabella one that was my favorite. This is my favorite by Echo Park. And then, of course, Heidi Swap has one. So there are some times when you have a favorite collection, you just want the entire collection, and I say buy it. Yes, if you're not on a spending freeze, I say buy it. But we wanted to cut back and show how to do SOS, a sampling of supplies. So that is all I have for this video number 1. Okay, this has got a little bit long, but we have an intro. So in video 2, who will we be talking about? Okay, in video 2, we're going to talk about 8 more collections. Yes, and we're going to be talking about 2 manufacturers, Photoplay and Simple Stories. Yes, sign me up. Okay, so that's all I have for today. I hope this was enjoyable, and if you have any questions, just please list below. And again, just hit that show more button. There'll be a lot more in the description. And that is all I have for today at RTS. So come back, because you never know what we're going to learn. Bye.